Reindeer noises. Well, Merry Christmas, y'all. It's good to see you. It's good to be seen by you. I am here with my lovely wife, Mrs. The Dungeon Delver. How is everyone? I hope you have had an absolutely fantastic holiday. I hope you've had your feet kicked up today and you've been opening some stuff. Of course, I have a delicious, this is sparkling apple juice. This is sparkling apple juice that is absolutely... You know, I occasionally enjoy an Ace pineapple beer, but this is sparkling apple juice, YouTube. But anyway, yeah. How is everyone? I hope you've all had a wonderful Christmas. Mrs. The Dungeon Delver and I have had a blast, and she agreed to come on the show, and I dragged her kicking and screaming away from, frankly, some really entertaining Hallmark Christmas films.
True.
She got me to watch, what was it?
A Biltmore Christmas.
Yes. So we watched A Biltmore Christmas today.
I've actually, you know, I stumbled upon it sort of by accident. First time I watched it, I missed the first 30 minutes, but I was like, what am I watching? Holy crap. This is time travel. And like it back to like 1947, and they're filming a movie and it's at Biltmore. I'm like, I think I kind of love this. This is great.
It was awesome.
And then I was like, okay, when is it on next time? Because, you know, I might want to see the first 30 minutes. Then I saw it with the first 30 minutes and went, oh, this adds so much. And I'm in love with this movie. How am I in love with this Hallmark movie? This is not something I fall in love with. I'm like, forget it. I'm just going to just be in love with this stupid movie. Whatever. It's amazing. I really, I can't say enough about this thing.
And it has two Star Trek cast members in it. It has two. It has
the guy who plays Riker.
Yeah.
And has
Robert Picardo.
Yes.
Not Captain Picard.
No,
Robert Picardo.
Not Captain Picard, but Robert Picardo, who I think really is enjoying his very short part in it. Like, yeah, everybody is being very, very angry in it. It's a lot of fun. And the trope kind of being she goes back in time. She's a film writer, and she's supposed to do a rewrite of a classic 1947 film. And she's thinking, oh, we'll write it with a more realistic ending, which I think is kind of like a little poke at a lot of remade films and television shows that do a more realistic ending, which I usually hate because I don't want them to do that. Like, first of all, who asked you to redo these shows and movies to begin with? Yeah. And second of all, I don't want a realistic ending. We liked them because they were good and they had a happy ending. So leave it alone, you bastards. So, you know, stop it, or I'm gonna, you know, come at you, bro. So which I thought that was kind of fun, but it kind of gives it a little more realism. But they're not heavy-handed with it, so it's really good writing. And they show little clips of the quote-unquote original movie in black and white. And it's really well done. And being a, you know, having grown up on 1940s movies, you know, my mom and I, you know, I was homesick a lot as kids. We watch musicals and stuff. I was really impressed with the costumes and, you know, the dialogue and things, the really good snappy, witty banter and stuff. So I was like, well done. Well done, Hallmark. You have a kind of a reputation of being kind of cheesy and kind of dumb, but this was, you know, released this year. I think they did a really good job. Yeah, it wasn't half bad. It was. You even watched it with me.
I watched it and I enjoyed every minute of it. There was never a.
He didn't roll his eyes and he didn't start making nasty comments that I had to look it up with the death glare.
Did not MST3K that movie at all. It was fun, you know, taken for what it was. It was absolutely A-okay, and I thoroughly enjoyed it.
I loved it.
So thank you for showing me that.
You're welcome. I'm just really glad you enjoyed it, because I don't have to be like, I gotta watch it by myself and not tell anyone that I'm watching it. So.
RPG Grandma, Grandputty, thank you. Have we been watching the Patrick Swayze MST3K Christmas stream on YouTube? No, and I didn't know that was happening, or else I would have watched it. That sounds like a lot of fun. Oh, Emmy, thank you so much for the super. And thank you for stopping by. Elvin Made In. You are up late from where you are. Emmy is over in the UK. Merry Christmas. I need to go to sleep. It's nearly 2 a.m., but yet
that's like Boxing Day.
Thank you, Emmy. If I had known you were going to be up, I might have thrown you a green room invite and dragged you on the show with
Emmy,
us.
It's Boxing Day, which is my father's birthday.
That's right.
So happy Christmas and Boxing Day for you.
Absolutely, Emmy. You are wonderful, wonderful, wonderful young lady. Thank you so much, dear. I appreciate that. You're going to nap under the table, but good to be here. Good to see you, Dungeon Minister. It's good to see you. Always a pleasure and a treasure to see Father Aaron on the show. If I miss a hello, Jorge Uribe, good to see you too. Merry Christmas to you. RPG Grandma's lost. That's fine. Volcano God, greetings, roll tide. Tonka Todd, greetings, roll tide. Ian, good to see you all. So we have a lot. Now, I will tell you guys, GM Jacko, hello. Ross Zimmerman. Ross, hello. How are you? But after this, after we get done with this live stream, I don't know how long we'll go. I mean, I don't know how long Mrs. The Dungeon Delver is going to be here. So if you guys have important things or super chats to send her, do so soon.
Well, I already got a really good Christmas gift because the Steelers won.
That's right.
So no one can bring me down. We had our quarterback was named Rudolph. I mean, it was a sign. I was just very happy. And I got to watch it for a change. So
just a quick, this is to Orbital Air. One compound word, my friend, grave digger. He knows what it is. Anyway, Lightmane says, I fear Alabama's going to destroy Michigan. We'll see. I'm sanguine about it. I didn't expect them to get this far. So in a week, we'll know. In exactly 1 week, we'll know. Wheeling Dragon, welcome, Wheeling Dragon. Good to see you again. What did Bill get Mrs. the Dungeon Delver for Christmas? Hey, thank you, Volcano God. Love you too, brother. I appreciate that. Thank you for the super. $19.99 from Volcano God. Really appreciate that. So, Father Aaron, the Dungeon Minister, asks, what did I get for Mrs. the Dungeon Delver?
Oh.
The mic is yours, your aircraft, please.
Okay, let me think. We were up till about 4 a.m. last night, wrapping gifts and stuff. Haven't been up that late for way too long. So, a little punch. Let me think. Oh, I got a really beautiful little cardinal miniature, because I do love cardinals. Got the team, the birds. So that's going to go to the office on my desk. It's about this big. There's the shop is Wild Birds Unlimited, I think it is.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, okay.
I think that's
so
it.
They'll occasionally go and get me lovely little things with cardinals on them from them. So that's going to go to my office with me when I go. I'm on leave for 2 weeks, so I'm extremely excited about that. So when I eventually go back, I'm sad that I have to go back to work. He'll go with me and make me happy. Let's see. Got a couple other really nice things. Not like a big purse girl, but there was one that I used until it fell apart, and it was finally back for sale again. So I had to replace that. That made me sort of ridiculously happy. So I was like, yes. And a really cool battery backup for my laptop, because when I had to finally replace my last laptop, was very annoyed that it wasn't just like a USB power cord. So annoying. I hate when there's like a proprietary, what do you call
proprietary power.
Yeah. So you have to plug it into the wall or something. I'm like, the last one I had was great because you could just USB plug it into just about anything for power. It was terrific. But no, it finally, I finally had to get one because it was just kind of old and slow.
Yeah.
So that was actually, I had been eyeing them and I was like, okay, you know IT better than me. Here's ones I've been looking at. find out which one will work best with my laptop because I'm tired of trying to figure it out. So, but he managed to get that out for me. So that was one of my best gifts.
Yep. So I hope you enjoy it. So,
and some more like 6 months of Kindle Unlimited. Also,
Kindle Unlimited.
Voraciously.
The gift of reading is never a bad thing. A coffee mug that you want.
Oh yes, like teacup. It's really pretty. It's ceramic. It has a little infuser I can use or not, and the lid which comes off, and you can put the cup on top of it. I love little gadgety things like that. So, it's I don't drink coffee. So.
Okay. Just a quick shout out to Wheeling Dragon. Please let us know. I mean, if it's something you're comfortable discussing, we hope that you're feeling better and keep us all informed. We're all pulling for you.
Oh, yeah,
Wheeling Dragon.
Sick of feeling bad.
Yeah. Hey, Yang Yan Zhao. Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas. So let's see. Played White Star. I have not been meaning to. Bob Jester. Good to see you. So yeah, Mrs. the Dungeon Delver. I loaded her up, and question: was there a Delver family AD&D game this Christmas? Sort of, kind of, not at Christmas, but my oldest daughter, I did run through an AD&D game. My youngest wanted to play. It was on her birthday, but she was just so pooped from all the festivities and stuff. So we'll get her into the next game. And of course, Monday nights, my big group, nominally on Monday nights. I wasn't expecting them to all be in. Greg Myers, thank you for being here. But anyway, the Monday group, I did a 3-session micro holiday campaign. It's kind of like, if you think about like comic books, they have annuals, that sort of take place outside the continuity. That's how our Christmas games go.
That he's been doing for many years, and it's always fun.
It's well received, and I had a surprise back in the last week of November. A buddy of mine who is a big muckety muck at GitHub, if you guys know the software repository, they reached out to me and wanted me to run a 3-hour session for them over an afternoon, and I did that, and they paid me for my services and essentially saved Christmas. That was a lot of fun. It was there was a lot of gaming goodness sort of wedged into the cracks and crevices as I could find them in the month of December. So December was one incredibly tiring year.
yeah, sort of like dog years.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we always have fun in December through January because there's like 5 birthdays over 2 months. But for some reason, just this December was just sort of like, I don't know, the last 2 weeks felt like a month.
Yeah. I usually pick an exceptionally busy day. Those of you who follow me on social media, be it on Facebook or Twitter, know that I do the Christmas musical Advent every year, one Christmas song a day every year. And yeah, there's a lot of them you would have heard previous years, but that's just the soundtrack to my holiday season. And I usually pick the busiest day, or what I think is going to be the busiest day of the Advent season. And I stick Linus and Lucy by the late great Vince Guaraldi as that one, because it's dun 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 dun. It just implies movement and motion, and just well, I mean, for me, I think there are more relaxing tracks on it, but it's still a good one. But if I wasn't so dead set against repeating Christmas songs in my Advent calendar every year, just from about the 14th to today, just would have been Linus and Lucy again and again and again and again, because it's been that kind of busy.
Yeah, I'm not sure why.
Speaking of Advents,
yes,
we have something to share with you guys.
And because, and this is the second year I've done the Advent calendar for Mr. Delver, the
founder of the Advent calendar. This is last year's box.
Yes,
the dice are in use. This is last year's box. I just
realized it kind of looks like a Little Debbie box.
It does look like a Little Debbie box. There were no Christmas tree cakes in this one.
Treats.
But if you guys followed along last year, we did this whole thing, and now they stopped as tradition on the 24th. Advent does come to an end on the 24th, but this year, so we got the new one. There is actually a 25th door, and I thought, how fun would it be to have Mrs. the Dungeon Delver on, since she purchased them. to pop that open. Now, a quick message. This is from Dragao, and I do sing their praises because they have cool stuff on their store. This is not a sponsored video.
At all.
I didn't get free stuff from them.
And I didn't set up anything with them.
Yeah.
I just found them because I was looking for advent calendars for the kids. And I wanted to get one for the husband last year. And I thought, well, why can I find something cool and nerdy? And I happened upon this because I was looking for one for the younger child. And I thought, well, maybe I can find something on Etsy for them. And I stumbled upon this awesome Etsy shop. And I was like, oh my goodness. I have to get this for him. So I did. And then this year I was like, okay, I need to go back and see if they have a new one for this year. And I was super excited that they did. Yeah, purchased it.
Yes.
So did that. And he's going to open the last window on that one. But I also got a separate little surprising thing for you to open after you open that little window. Okay.
Well, first of all, I want you to open the last little window. You open the last little window. Now, I have as I've said on all of the videos, and I should point out, after this is released, if you guys are interested, if you want to see all the dice, if you haven't seen them all, I am putting out on YouTube a super cut of all 24 Advent dice door openings. So you guys...
Like a haircut, please, in the 90s.
A supercut, yeah, it was. It very much was. But
sorry.
So Mrs. the Dungeon Delver is going to pop open that last door, and we're going to we're gonna do that thing. Then we're gonna open this gift, and then I'm gonna talk a little bit about some of the swag I got. So
now that is from the same vendor.
Okay, all right. So I have I have a Dragao gift in here, so I can't wait to open that. So Mrs. the Dungeon Delver, would you do us the honor, please, of opening the last
thing?
Let's see. So open. Can you get it? Okay.
Yeah, I think so. Now, if I go to tip this over, will like.
No, there's no more dice. Okay. We've taken the dice out. These are dice. These are working dice.
My luck should be a bunch in there. They'd all fall on my foot.
Yeah. All right. So let's take a look. And what do we have?
It's beautiful.
That is gorgeous. Now, the guys at Dragao told me there was a stone dice in here, and it looks like that's it.
And the lights, it almost looks sort of iridescent. It's really pretty.
So, dear, that camera is actually live. I'm going to, the one right in front of you. So if you would roll it here, I will move this. So give that a roll and we'll see what it lands on. And I'll switch over to that camera. Let's see, cam 1. There we go. And you guys, you can see that we have, I think that's a 15. Oh, that is gorgeous.
Got like little bits of pink, almost like opal.
Yeah, that might actually be. And my Christmas blanket is covered with cat hair, as all of you folks watching this on big screen can see.
The cats off this.
Yeah.
We're like, oh look, it's a different color than the green tablecloth. We gotta lay on it.
Yeah, exactly. So that is an absolutely beautiful. That is like an opal colored die, and
the pink like little fire in it. That's really pretty.
Yeah, Bob Jester points out that hits armor class 5. This is too pretty to use. This might become a.
See it on the screen. I hope you guys at home can.
This might become just a Christmas decoration.
It's really pretty.
That is absolutely beautiful. Wow. Look at that.
Yeah, had a pretty nice roll, too.
Yeah, you did. As Bob said, it hits armor class 5. So
it's a Christmas miracle.
Yeah, so that is gorgeous.
That is really pretty.
Well, thank you so much. And I am a sucker for keeping my Advent boxes. That's going to have to go over here on the shelf.
Okay. So now that you've done that.
That we've done that, so I'm going to turn this. Yeah, there you go.
To open that.
Okay, so here we go.
That is from the same company as Advent calendar, and it's sort of related. So
yes,
I'm sitting on that and keeping my mouth shut to open it up.
Let's see what we got. Drum roll is entirely up to you guys at home if you want to do that. So, was ist los, as they say. All right. Crown Royal Advent Calendar. Oh my gosh. It is this absolutely gorgeous hexagonal leather box. And this is for a set of dice.
Yes.
That is for a set of dice. Yes, please. We'll switch over to camera. And we are suckers for keeping our gift bags and recycling them.
The set said it came with a complete set of decks.
I think it is. If you look in that tray, just on your, just ahead of you, Colleen, just straight ahead, you see the tag that says Bill Sylvie. Move that slightly, and you can see one of the green dice. That yes, I think that is one of the dice that goes in there, and I think you guys have seen those. So let's go ahead and switch back over. By the way, I should point out an incredibly cool gift which Mrs. the Dungeon Delver got me. Unfortunately, it won't get here till the 3rd. Boo! But
shipping.
Yeah, yay shipping.
He's going sideways.
I have finally been gifted with the awesomeness that is a stream deck. So the constant leaning over, like staring at you guys awkwardly while I try and look at you guys, but click blindly to get that. Those days are gone. So starting in January, I'll have a hot board, so I'll be able to switch. Ice is the only crystal that works for healing, by the way. So let's but let's go ahead and switch this over, and if you could slide that, there you go.
It's this really lovely hexagonal red leather,
and it's got a little snap on it.
It's closed, and then when you look inside, it's got slots to put your favorite dice in.
And there's one of those. I think that is the Christmas dice set that. Yeah, those are just gorgeous.
So yeah, I wanted to make sure he had a really nice container for the set that was going to come out of the Advent.
That's wonderful. That's beautiful. Thank you, dear. So I did get a couple of other gaming related gewgaws. We'll come back to studio here.
This is but you should be able to kind of fix them in there.
Yeah.
Which slot is for which.
Well, I'll sort it out.
Figure it out.
I'll sort it out.
Well, there's a way. But yeah, they were. But yeah, I was able to order them together before they ran out of them, so I was very happy with that.
So when I was crash Christmas shopping back, it feels like 2 months ago, but it was actually like the day before yesterday. Oh, yeah. My daughter saw a store that actually turned out to be very beneficial for both of my daughters, not just, ooh, daddy, let's go in here.
They have the Venn diagram of their interests kind of overlaps.
It does overlap somewhat. So I got, let's see, where did I, okay. But I got them some cool anime related stuff, but they also had like spend more than $20 and you got these keychains. And the second day I was in, I was like, hey, I dropped like $75 here. And the day before. And so I got actually this guy here. Now this is a Japanese animation store, but it's like you can use this thing as a letter. I was using this morning.
So it got tape on presents
to open. In fact, I'm going to show this to you guys. This looks like a Daedric sword from or something from Skyrim. Let me see here. Let me switch that on. I don't know what Japanese cartoon that's from, but that just looks like a Daedric weapon.
It's really quite hefty. It's solid. Now, I was making jokes all morning. Like, I want the knife.
yeah, but I was like opening Christmas gifts with that today.
Like, this is not something you're going to put on a keychain.
Yeah, I'm not going to be shoving that in my pocket with my Honda fob on it. You know, it's just
you're definitely no. You're just on your keychain. That the cops are definitely gonna.
Yeah, you guys will see that in the background. But I thought that of the show, I thought that was just too cool.
It's really nice.
That's a key blade. Yeah, good call, Grandbuddy.
Exactly.
But I saw something. Now, I have said this before, and I firmly believe this to be the case, that when you are Christmas shopping, particularly if it is stressful, if you see a small thing that you would like as a gift to yourself, get it.
Yep.
Get it.
And if you don't, you'll regret it because it'll be gone and you'll never see it.
Yeah, it'll be gone. Now,
you'll forget where it was. So you go to home and say, oh, I should make a mental note. I should tell my spouse, I want this thing. You won't remember. You'll be mad.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. So I saw this like at the checkout at Barnes & Noble, and I was like, this is too cool.
He says, hey, honey, wrap this thing for me. And I said, Okay.
This is a, now you guys, I don't have to tell you what that is on the cover there. This is a blind draw box, and I did not wait to do the live stream to show this to you. I have opened it, but this is these are Dungeons and Dragons first edition monster minis from Kid Robot. So these are kind of toy-like. But what I love about this, oh, Michael Mertig says Golden Child. I want the knife.
Exactly.
The knife.
Yes, we use the knife to pop the tape.
Instant Charlie has already statted it for us. Cursed item, keychain of escaping keys, cuts a hole in your pocket, and now you've lost your damn keys.
Oh yeah, well, cuts a hole in your pocket, then goes down and cuts the side of your leg down.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
But anyway, so this is from Kid Robot. This is a little bit of the indie merch,
and I oatmeal this morning. I'm really glad I didn't.
and I opened it up, and I love the fact that the blind draw monster in here is the Roper. So we're gonna put that up on cam also and let Colleen show that off for you. But what I love about it is, of course, a mind flayer a little bit in that direction more. Yeah, a mind flayer would have been a little bit cooler. But Tracy Lesh, who is of course he's part of this show. Okay, Tracy is one of our favorite people. He is one of the founding people in the creation of Dungeons and Dragons. Tracy did the first ever illustration for the Roper, and so we've got I got one and I was so happy. Mind Flayer would have been cooler, but apparently there's 13 of them. The Zorn, the Mind Flayer, the Red Dragon, the Rust Monster, Displacer Beast, Ghoul, and then we have Fire Elemental, Beholder, Roper, Mimic, Saugan, Salamander, and Remoraz, and it says collect them all. So
I think that's like a demand. Collect them all.
Collect them all.
Well, this is not an option.
Mom, can we have the Beholder? We got a Beholder at home. Mrs. the Dungeon Delver has a first. Yes. Mrs. the Dungeon Delver has a first name. James Seymour asks. Yes.
Yes, I do.
Yes, she does.
And have a middle name too.
Yeah. But anyway, so I did get a Roper, which is of course appropriate because Tracy Lesh. So
they pulled you back in.
I will put the Roper on the shelf. And you know what? We usually, like when it's not holidays, we do the mini. I do a Monday mini diorama. So there you guys go.
Oh, you have the talking guys out. Oh, cute.
Yeah.
Love it.
So there he is. And you
like,
guys can't see that because I'm not on.
Are the talking guys out for like the birthday month?
The Tolkien guys will be out for the birthday month. Yes,
I love it.
So totally yes, we have the Roper there. Looks like something I'll use for TPK. I was disappointed. Ropers are very glass cannon-y. Ropers are like they can dish it, but once you start hacking on the tentacles, it's just like it's game over.
It's like me talking football. I never dish out what I can't take.
But anyway, so do I have anything?
That thing.
As you guys know, in January, probably in the back half of the month, I'll be launching a crafting channel. I'll focus mostly on 3D printing, but a lot of that, I may do some 3D paint. Of course, it's going to be 3D painting. I will do some painting live streams. And how many times have you guys seen me, like I'm just sitting here doing this? Well, that's no fun. And so when Mrs. the Dungeon Delver was like, well, tell me what to buy you for Christmas, dang it. I got one of these. That's
it's
right.
A pop-o-matic bubble.
It's a robot boob, but
no, dude.
it is. This is a paint mixer from Oni Lab.
Not sponsored.
Not sponsored. But just plug in, hold, paint in, hole there, and in the bottle. Don't dump it in there. That's. Because if you do that and then you push down and it slings paint all over your house, that's on you. But it's an ultrasonic paint mixer, and it did come with because people were telling me, thank you.
That's heavy.
People were telling me, oh, you're going to want to put shot in there. A lot of mini companies put beads. Reaper for a long time put little pewter skulls.
It was like a
in their paints,
bead, but it was shaped like a skull.
Yes,
they were awesome.
But they don't do that anymore. They put plastic or whatever. But I have I have a shot to throw in there, and I will be mixing paint. I will be mixing paint.
This is Sonic.
It's of course no. It's basically going to mean that instead of looking at my paints and whimpering softly because I know they're dying, it's just like, oh, it's time to mix paints. Beep, 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 because you don't have to do it that long to mix 2 ounces of paint. So I'm excited about being able to do that, and hopefully that will get me back more into mini painting. And speaking of mini painting, okay, I know I said we were going to do. Oh yeah, we were gonna paint up Holiday Sophie. The holiday season is still on. Well, I do it on camera for the holiday season is still on. We will finish painting Holiday Sophie. They've seen how far along she is, but she will be painted probably this coming week. You know, I'll just do a couple impromptu streams and finish her up. Yeah, since she was new. Yep. Since she was new.
She was brand new, and we were like, "This is so cool."
2002. So.
Oh yeah. I can't math that.
That was a while ago.
I'm not going to try to math that.
That was a few minutes ago.
That was a minute ago.
So, yeah, we're going to, I will finish up Holiday Sophie with you guys on a live stream. And the last thing really, the last gotcha that I have over here at the table to tell you guys about is, and this is more for the 3D printing channel. Toxic chemicals, just what I wanted for Christmas. This is ABS-like resin. This is 1 liter of ABS-like resin. And if you want to know what the difference is, ABS is, I don't know what the acronym stands for, so don't ask. One of you probably knows or is Googling it right now. But
it looks like a big bottle of like peroxide.
Yeah.
A brown bottle.
Let me see. I'm going to scoot this aside a little bit. I'm looking for some doors. I had some doors over here, I thought. Oh, here they are. Here they are. Okay. So this is ABS. This is a bendy plastic ABS door. Dude. This is not. This is resin. If I threw it in there, it would break, or it would break whatever it hit. ABS-like resin, when I print miniatures from it, will be bendy. That is to say, they will not break in shipping. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to experimenting with ABS resin for...
I'm sure our customers in the Postal Service will find a way to break this.
Yes.
So, in theory, it will not break. It will not break. It broke.
Yeah. But anyway, so that's pretty much the haul. And I, despite the busyness of the last couple weeks, like I said, the last 2 weeks have been a hell of a year. I had a pretty blessed Christmas, and I will say that thanks in no small part to all you folks out there. We had a wonderful Christmas and a wonderful year. Guys, look, I'm not talking about Patreon and super chats. That you do that humbles me. I feel great about it. But this channel growing like it has, I was looking at the numbers. This time last year, this time, end of December, I had 4,000 fewer subs than I do today.
Really? Oh.
We have crossed the threshold of me having grown by thousands and thousands of subscribers as of right now. We're at 5,252 subscribers on this channel, and I couldn't have done it, first of all, without the support of my darling wife. You guys, 2022 kind of sucked. 2023 was awesome.
2022 was hard.
2022 was hard. 2022 was hard mode. Yeah. So I feel like I owe just a huge thanks to you guys. Bluto, who is unfortunately not in the live stream, of course, arranged an entirely unexpected vacation for Mrs. the Dungeon Delver and I, and a completely unexpected trip up to the Capstone so that I could go watch Alabama play, which I'd never gotten to do. Moved me to tears.
You had a great time.
So I had a really good month. And of course, I couldn't really have done most of this, at least in terms, because this all actually started, I think Bluto started planning this in January. And for those of you who don't know Bluto, he's a guy, he's a buddy of mine. Let me explain a little bit about, let me
paint you a picture.
Let me paint you a picture of Bluto. If you think I'm talking about like a neck beard like me, no, trust me, he is not. When I met Bluto, like I was like, nah, dude, this is like a put on. Like that nerdy guy over there, like gave you $5. But no, it's like there's a picture of me and two other guys who also helped this happen, and Bluto at the Alabama football game, and it's Fat Nerd 1, Fat Nerd 2, Fat Nerd 3, and Jack Reacher. Okay,
that's exactly how he described it to me, and then showed me the picture, and I was like, because
yeah,
tends to over dramatize a little bit. And I was like, well, okay, not completely over dramatized.
No, not completely.
Not completely. And I was like, huh.
So that he wanted to hang around with a nerd like me was just so humbling and so flattering and so awesome.
Trying to tell him there's all kinds of varieties of nerds.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Well, I make fun of him because Bluto is his handle. He is a former F-15 pilot. Whenever he gets on to me about computers and I'm not nerdy enough, dude, you flew an IBM computer for how many ever years you were at the stick of an F-15.
There's all flavors of nerds. Yeah, watch it.
But he and a bunch of you guys out in the Discord, you got together, you did wonderful things, and I'm really awesome. Big shout out to Wizards of the Coast. Why am I shouting out Wizards of the Coast?
Oh, they've just been
Their
so great.
endless cavalcade of screw ups.
Cavalcade of stars
has gravity assisted me to 5,225 or how many ever 52
about phrasing.
James is asking about Sylvie. No, look, let me tell you. 10,000 subs, guys. 10,000 subs, and we get the great underground overland gaming convention. Not before, but I'm going to do, let me tell you something. All the way back in March, when the dust had settled, I started thinking, and then it continued on into October when I got to go up to the Capstone. I thought, how can I give back to you guys? How can I give back? I mean, what do? I live stream and I play D&D games, I do my level best. Yeah. So RPG Grandma and UTSR is stalking you now. There's an explanation there I want to hear. But I got my answer. I got my answer from two friends who continued the awesomeness by giving me a massive stack of classic Dungeons and Dragons books. I'm not going to tell you guys what's going to happen with that yet, but I am going to tell you that I fully intend to make someone's year as best I can. As best I can. I will figure out how to do it. But somebody out there is in for a heck of a ride. Greg Myers, just found your channel by accident the other day. Been going back and catching up on stuff. OG1E, basic expert guy. Always enjoy seeing my guys of my generation still out there. Oh, well, we're still out here. You would be shocked. Let me tell you. So I got such high praise from the GitHub dudes. My contact over there. He's a fellow nerd, internet guy, former gaming buddy. So it wasn't just like out of the blue GitHub contacted me to do this, but I will say he was giving me some feedback. Everybody loved it. One dude even said, until Wednesday, and I mean like 5 days ago when I say until Wednesday, that's how close to the wire this was. But he said, until Wednesday, I had never played Dungeons and Dragons. Now I want to find a local group. So it's so great to hear people talking about that. And yeah, we're out here, you know, and I ran original D&D. I didn't, you know, there were no feats or powers or, you know, superpowers, no web slinging from the wall or anything like that. It was just OD&D, and they absolutely loved it. So it's here. It's never going away. And as long as you play classic D&D and love classic D&D, it's, you know, it's awesome.
I think a lot can be said, and that can be true for a lot of different role-playing games, but I think a lot of it has to do with who introduces you to the game.
Yep.
Not necessarily the person who brings you to it, but the person running the game that introduces you to it. Because if the person who is running the game has a passion for it, just like anyone else, if someone has a passion for what they're doing, you're going to pick up on that. If it's roller skating or painting or, you know, any hobby, you're gonna learn more from them. You're going to understand it more. If it's role-playing games or, you know, whittling, anything, you're gonna be able to pick up from them their love of this thing, this sport, this hobby. So, and someone like you who's a good storyteller, and you also you have a way with being able to extemporize and do things on the fly, and it can be really funny, which can be very annoying sometimes, I must tell you. But I mean,
I have the faintest idea what she's talking about.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, we've brought people over, and I'm the introvert of this half of this duo, and he's the extrovert. So there's times where we're like in a big group, and I'm like, I have people enough, and I'm spacing out, and he will just step right in and talk till I can be like, okay, I'm done now, and then they were like, oh, your husband's great. I'm like, yep, that's great. I'd like to go leave now, but you know, he can talk to anybody, he can whatever, and then just on any topic, and they're like, oh, he's a genius, and later he's like, I have no idea what to talk about, but he can set up the games and introduce you to it, and you have a blast, and the time flies. So anyone who is brought into that atmosphere, of course they're going to love it. Because if you have a game master who doesn't love it and is maybe only just sort of, you're not going to want to come back. So if you have someone who loves it, understands it, has a passion for it,
yep,
they're going to come back every time.
That's very true. Wheeling Dragon asks me, am I on Instagram? I am going to be. I'm going to put Geeky, my company, on Instagram and kind of use that as one of my official social media accounts will be on Instagram in 2024. There will also be an official Geeky, because that's the name of my dungeon mastering as corporate fun, mandatory fun company will be on there, and I'll share stories and so on. Like, I mean, literally out of the boat. The first thing anybody said, and this is right off the Zoom chat, somebody said, because, you know, I introduced the game, I introduced myself, I stood up for all 4 hours of the live streamed game that I did for them. One of my players said, I need the coffee he's drinking. Which,
no, that's not a thing.
That was I was functioning on a Coca-Cola and a peanut butter sandwich, so that was what that was. Mm-hmm. I have the gift of gab, as the Irish say. Perhaps, Wave, perhaps. But yeah, so, you know, I sought to bring a little bit of fun and to bring a little bit of happiness. And hey, if I can pick up a few copper pieces doing it, all the better, right? So, you know, it was just something I had a lot of fun with, and I had a good year. And you know, who says playing tabletops or RPGs doesn't pay off?
No, do what you love, and you'll find a way to make money with it.
And something else that I do want to mention here that I've been elated to see happen is the growth of the old school YouTube D&D RPG community. Those of you out there with channels, You know who I mean. RPG Grandma, Dungeon Minister. There's so many of you guys out there. Wheeling Dragon just started. You're going to be doing stuff with your channel, aren't you, Wheeling Dragon? But there's so many of you guys out there who are, you're swinging for the fences, and it's fantastic. And I'm great to see fellow creators. This is not like television in 1974 where, look, you watch my show at 9:00, ABC's show at 9:00, or NBC show at 9:00 because I'm CBS, or you don't watch. You watch my live stream. Oh, I can't watch your stream live because I'm watching Dungeon Minister's live stream, but I can come back and watch your live stream just sure as easy. A rising tide lifts all boats.
It's like the independent authors group. There's room for everyone.
Yeah. Hey, Christopher Sackle says, working on getting a group together for 2024. Have a total of 1 so far that's interested. Chris, drop me a link and I will, if you want, I will get that out there. The Delver Effect. James Seymour says, I think it's cool that my fondest memory of Gary Gygax is talking about being family men. It really is. And Colleen was sitting on the porch with me that evening. It really is. People are like, oh, did he tell you, like, what was Dave Arneson really like? Or what did he really mean by armor class going down instead of up? And I will tell you that we talked about sleeping versus not co-sleeping, the importance of reading to your kids,
Yep. Was I comfortable enough on the front patio? Did I need a fan?
Yeah. So that's my favorite thing. That is my favorite thing.
Talking in a silly voice during the game, and I was the only one who understood him.
All right.
That's funny.
Yes. Colleen demuxing Gary's attempt at hiding monster speech behind a funny voice and completely flexing on Gary was a great moment. It was a great moment in broadcast history. He did. He was not expecting that. Praxis, Merry Christmas to you. Thank you. But anyway, so yeah, no, I've had so much fun doing this. I've been so blessed to be able to share this with you guys, and that you will sometimes come and share it with us too. If I thought I could, I'd bring her out here for every live stream, guys, but I don't think she would.
You gotta keep people wanting more.
Exactly. You gotta keep it fresh.
I think it's healthy to have separate hobbies.
Indeed. Because a lot of it now, to be fair, Mrs. the Dungeon Delver gamed for about 9 or 10 years.
Yeah.
So she did it. She enjoyed it. She said, "This is a you thing. I've had fun." Yeah. And went on.
I was kind of into it more for the social.
It was very cool. And honestly saying, no, sit, play.
You were more serious about it. And I was like, dude, get a little more serious. I'd like to talk to my friend, but okay, you want to serious about it? Then I will wait for the break. But
right.
You're going to get too serious about it. We're going to have some fights. And that was just not working for me.
What is Mrs. the Dungeon Delver's favorite gaming memory? I think I know what it is, but I want you to say. Because I could be wrong.
I don't know. I have a few. And sometimes I remember more stuff than others. I did really enjoy, I think it was it the tournament where, because I usually play a thief because I'm a big fan of backstabbing. I am, yeah.
Queen of the Hotel hit.
Yeah. Running up the back of the dragon and that was epic. That was a lot of fun.
I feel like that
was in Tampa.
That wasn't. Mm-hmm. That's right. Yeah, the green dragon, backstabbing the green dragon.
That was so much fun.
Yeah, that was in. Now, if you guys can download these, I know the links are out there, guys. Just dig around on social media and you'll find the links.
I think but most of the party was not dead, but they were. Yeah,
they were dealing with green dragon's breath, but that was in WGH5 Lords of the Howling Hills. So you can download that. That's a freebie module. Was she playing a thief when she stole Bill's heart? No, she was playing a bard at that time. Multi-talented and could play a musical instrument. That's when that was, James. Let's see.
It was the viola.
Let's see. Now, okay, so I think one of your best moments, even if this isn't your favorite moment, one of your best moments was a group of cultists on the second level of my mega dungeon, or no, third level of my mega dungeon had they were raging at the party because the party had disrupted their cult activity, and one of them screwed up and yelled out Orcus's name. He said Orcus aloud, and I was like, uh-oh. So I rolled the percentile dice, and he heard. So I was like, well, Orcus isn't going to show up to deal with some wormy third level characters. I think the average level in the party was 3.5. Colleen was running a paladin.
That was Rosamund, wasn't it?
Yes, I think that was. I still have the miniature, but she's on the shelf of glory, and I can't get to her. But yeah, now here's the thing. Orcus didn't come to deal with it himself, but I rolled a d6 to see what kind of demon he would send, and I rolled a 6, and you all know what the 6th type of demon is. That's right. He sent a type 6 demon, a Balor, a Balrog to deal with the party. A Balrog of Morgoth. But because she was running a paladin
that sounds familiar,
and rolling hot on saving throws. Now, I did average hit points. Those things are 8+8 hit dice, and I think I got like just over 43 hit points. Because she was rolling hot and the party did have a few +2 weapons, they laid into this thing. I'm sorry?
I thought we had a cleric in the team too.
Oh, yeah. No, you guys had a cleric because Brian was running his fighter cleric. The party drove at average of 3.5 level, drove off a type 6 demon. They drove it off, collapsed in a column of smoke, and left, which of course means they earned its enmity, which never really came back. The campaign lasted a long time, but that was always one of those keep this in my vest pockets, but it didn't really come up. If Bob Jester asks, if a Balor is a tax collector, what is a succubus? Well, but anyway, RPG Grandma,
that would be an auditor.
Something like that, a masseur. But RPG Grandma says I'm gonna have to drink a lot of H2O tonight before passing out because RPG Grandma is having a lot of potatoes in liquid form. But anyway, that is my most fond memory. She drove back and dealt like the blows that brought it down to its hit points, where it was like F this S, I'm out, and disappeared.
Different I guess parameters for the. I was just super happy to like kill that dragon because I was done with its crap.
Yeah,
and I was like, oh yeah, and I think a couple of the other players have been like, because I think I got stuck playing a halfling thief.
Right.
I had so much crap for playing the halfling, and I was just like, oh really?
And that was a pre-gen for the module,
so I was like, really, you gonna give me crap for playing for being a halfling? And I pretty much put them all in their place. So that's why that was one of my favorites.
That was pretty awesome.
But I mean, Rosamund was badass.
Wheeling Dragon, Merry Christmas to you. Please feel better and let us know how you're doing, please. But Merry Christmas to you. RPG Grandma is being stuffed on turkey ham and roast beef. That sounds absolutely delicious. But anyway, so yeah, that was probably the biggest moment from a dungeon mastering perspective. Now, in the same game, in literally the same game, the party, and they took very little damage from this thing. It was just one of those things. Very little damage. The dice broke their way.
We had lots of Tolkien jokes.
Made their way off the third level. Made their way off the second level. On the first level, as they were nearing the exit, they were jumped by 14 giant rats.
Rats of incredible size.
Let me tell you what happened next. 2 conscious party members carried 4 unconscious party members out of the dungeon. I could not wipe them out with a type 6 demon, a named demon.
Freaking rats.
And a little over a dozen giant rats swarmed the party as they were getting ready to climb out of the dungeon, and it was very nearly a TPK. Hey, Paint Minis Live, good to see you. Paint Minis
Those
Live.
Rats made me mad. They really made me mad. I hated those rats.
I understand.
I was super mad about those rats.
But you guys carried the day against a demon, and I think that's a good thing.
I was salty about those rats.
I understand.
I think I'm still a little salty.
I can tell. I think you are a little salty.
I am.
Don't you need to go? Is it?
I think I can stay a little longer. You could explain yourself about those damn rats.
That is called the dice told a story that neither I nor the party expected. So Paint Minis Live is in the house. Well, he's not in the house, although I'm starting to wish he was. But sit here, Bill.
Because they still have this lovely knife.
Yes. Why don't I lift this up so I can show it to the party, and then it's not in your hand. But anyway, Paint Minis Live, I have to give a shout out to. That was one of the awesome things this year, because PML took my Grenadier Red Dragon miniature that I had for about 20 some years. I had been over the moon that I had gotten that intact, complete. If you find them on eBay now, people want $300 and $400 for them. I got I won the eBay auction for $36. But Bill painted her up for me. And yes, I did get that wing secured, by the way, Bill. I did get that wing fixed for her. But she was the boss monster in my game Wednesday that I ran for GitHub programming team. So thank you, Bill. They all got to see Azarath in her glory.
In her glory.
And she was off in a chamber over here. And by the way, if you do choose to support us on YouTube or on Patreon at the $10, that's the Master Thief rank. The adventure that I ran for GitHub is this month's module from Master Thieves. So I will be publishing that adventure with all its traps. I will draw the map from the Dwarven Forge out here. And so if you Master Thieves. So if you guys want to know what adventure I ran and how it all went down and what the plot and all that was, and I even used working traps. They were so impressed with the working Dwarven Forge traps, and I was happy to show it to them. But they are. Oh, by the way, he doesn't watch the stream, but big shout out to Stefan Porcorni, who is 57 years old today.
Oh, happy birthday!
Happy Christmas birthday to Stefan. But yes, you guys, I will be putting that out there. And if you're not subscribed yet, if you aren't a backer and you want to get in on some of that good classic AD&D modules every month, the $10 level of support gets you a module a month written by me or by my co-host Kyle Schwant. So that is awesome. Am I using RPG stories now? I haven't had the time, my friend. I haven't had time to slow down. RPG Stories is it's a software package that one of my buddies, Matt Finch, whom I believe you've met, Matt. I could be wrong.
I am terrible with names.
That's okay. But
I don't remember everything about a person. Things we talked about, not the tag that's attached to their name. It just separates off of all this stuff.
Now, unfortunately, the light and the level of zoom does it no good, but just to the left and slightly above Mrs. the Dungeon Delver's head, the reddish-orange blob over there is Azarath. She's hiding in the shadows, waiting for you to screw up and fail your surprise roll and get blasted for anywhere from 22 to 88 points of damage, depending on how I want to stat her up. Paint Minis Live, Mrs. the Dungeon Delver, so happy to see you. Hope to see more of you in the new year. Yay. Very delightful, absolutely. Kyle's nursing a great big Australian hangover and will not be appearing. I think Kyle probably got into the Manischewitz. I don't know what his libation of choice is down there, but Mazel Tov, Kyle.
All right.
But anyway, so that's whatever you all do not do colors to emotions, spirits, thing, puzzle. Just say no to that stuff. Sure thing, RPG Grandma. I gotcha. By the way, in case you're all wondering, yes, my live broadcast sign is not lit up because I keep forgetting to take the battery and charge it up so it'll run for 3 hours. And right now it's dead. Vincent's not a Bartolo. He is not a Bartolo.
Oh.
He isn't. He isn't. He's quite insistent on that to the point that he puts it in his user profile for the streams. But no, Vincent, no to Bartolo. Vincent you asked me something on Facebook today, Vincent, or mentioned something to me. What was it? I don't, because I was going to.
Did he ask you to say no to Bartolo?
He always does.
Okay.
So, and I try to respect that. But Vegemite on toast dipped in beer. Hub.
Beer hub.
Yeah, no, thank you. That is correct, Wave. Even I know that no one in Australia drinks Foster's. That's like showing up to America and be like, yeah, I want a Bud Light. No.
Why? Why would you want that?
Even outside of any current issues, it's just not good beer. RPG Grandma's biased against touchy-feely. All right, make a note, Colleen. No touchy-feely for RPG Grandma.
I'm really not into that myself either. Why do people think that?
All right. Oh, Vincent said he was being vilified by his family in the year of our Lord 2023, being satanic panic vilified by his family for playing Dungeons and Dragons.
It never ends.
It never ends. And I got it. This got in my bridge work like a caraway seed. Someone on Twitter was going on about how the satanic panic never happened. It was overblown. There were one or two issues,
really?
But there weren't people burning.
These people?
That is utter bourgeois.
Oh, bless them.
And the person who said it, nominally, I get along and agree with. So this isn't call out. This isn't like flaming. I'm just like, hey, you're wrong, dude. It did. And there's too many.
How old are you? Where were you at the time?
There's too many examples of it. Yeah.
Literally lived it.
Yeah. You know, I talk about starting to play Dungeons and Dragons when I was 10, and then drifting away from D&D when I was in high school into other RPGs. You'll note I don't talk about middle school or the beginning of high school. It's because my frickin' Dungeons and Dragons books were under lock and key, boys and girls.
I didn't have that problem, but my dad's a Yankee.
You know,
and my dad, I didn't know until. I think we were married, that my dad wanted to develop his own game. I didn't know that. I was like stunned. So yeah, I just knew that he played these really interesting, very convoluted, like, board games over the mail with people. So I just thought everybody's family played games and stuff. So
yeah.
They just thought,
satanic
stuff was stupid. We never really talked about it.
We did, but it was like Life and Monopoly. Because, Monopoly is a good, friendly game, and nothing bad ever happens while you're playing Monopoly.
My folks like to play Dune. That was too complicated for me. But my mom always played the Atreides. My dad was always Baron Harkonnen.
Yeah.
Always. And we played Bazaar when I was older. I was pretty good at that.
By the way,
I just want
to mention this while I've got his while I've got his quote up there. I was talking about a rising tide lifting all boats. Yeah. Everybody, please go subscribe to Lightmane's channel. He is doing a read through of his book Forestera's Fate, which is my 2024 to read list once I finish The Lord of the Rings. And at this point, Gandalf lives. Gandalf has reappeared to Gimli and Aragorn and Legolas and Fangorn. But once I finish that, Lightmane, your book is next. But please go subscribe to it is literally just Lightmane on YouTube. In fact, I'm going to stick it up there, and let's show some love. Let's see some Delver effect over on Lightmane's channel. Nice. But let's see. Used your D&D books to banish Jehovah's Witnesses, bad you, but it worked. RPG Grandma, that's doubly hilarious because Gary was a Jehovah's Witness. Michael, the answer to your question briefly is yes. So Bill or Mrs. Delver, any gifts this Christmas D&D related? Yeah. You're going to have to go back and watch like the first 30 minutes of the stream, my friend.
Yeah,
the answer is yes.
A set of oversized dice. And you got the blind bag with this little fellow here.
Yep.
Amongst other things.
All right, Lightmane's got that lucky 333 subscribers. I just watched it jump up, guys. There's 31 of us in the stream. I promise you, half of you haven't subscribed to that awesome channel. So let's see that. Let's see if we can get Lightmane over 350, shall we? Let's see if we can get Lightmane. Get 350. Ross, that's correct. Gent, Bob, fucking Bob.
Oh, no, I gotta know.
I said foxing Bob, by the way, YouTube. It's pronounced Jandolph.
Dude. No.
What if this comes from me. What if in 2024 God made an appearance simultaneously in all the major cities of the world and announced it's pronounced Jod and then just vanished?
That's funny.
It's pronounced Jod. Miss Bella Games, Merry Christmas to you. Namaste, good to see you. All right, I'm gonna be watching Lightmane's sub counter here, guys, because we've got 334. There are 16 of you guys in this chat. Half of you guys, I promise, are not subscribed yet to Lightmane. Let's see. Old Navy now sells 80s expert cover set T-shirts. That's actually cool. That's actually cool. I don't mind that kind of merch.
I have no reason to go there, but that's neat.
Yeah, that is very cool. So just jump down there. I put it back. Yeah, I like D&D t-shirts. I do.
No.
I would actually have this shirt to show you guys. That was the one thing I was.
can only wear this Christmas shirt like at home.
Yeah. So Mrs. the Dungeon Delver, if you guys can't see, it says Yippee-ki-yay
on the front.
And on the back, do you want to stand up and show the back real quick? I don't know. Here, if you want to hold my hand while you turn around. So it says Yippee-ki-yay and the back. And if you want to move your hair here, just kind of, yes, it is. I saw that for her and I was just like, I got to get that.
It is one of my favorite things.
Yes.
But I really can't wear it anywhere because it would probably be some sort of HR violation or something.
Yeah. So we got to.
And who knows what would happen to me in public? I have no idea.
Yeah.
I would neither want to get roaring support nor, screaming, naysayers.
But one of the things I did get that is fantasy related. Now, my oldest daughter turned me on to the Ghost in the Shell, you ding dong, Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Yes.
And I love it. Every spring, every spring we rewatch it. Avatar: The Last Airbender.
It is kind of a spring thing.
If you got spring summer, yeah. But if you guys like fantasy,
now not the live action, we're talking the anime.
Yeah, I'm talking about the animated one. But if you guys like the live action, if you guys like fantasy cartoons,
it's really well done.
It is phenomenal. It's worth your time. And let me tell you, they don't go. There's one episode where they kind of go Captain Planet. The rest of them, there is no, wheel of morality. What lesson did we learn this week?
No.
Let me tell you guys something. There are nods to Akira. There is an entire episode that is a tribute to the classic 1956 Western Shane, a children's cartoon that came out in 2004 that is an homage to a movie my old man
honestly I wouldn't
enjoyed.
Say this is a children's cartoon. They might have put it out that way, but this has got a very adult themes, and I don't mean adult themes, very grown-up stuff. I mean, kids can watch it, have fun with it, but they watch it 10 years later, they're going to get a completely different level of entertainment from it.
Hey, DM Retro Ray, thank you, brother. Thank you so much. Just wanted to pop in for a second to wish you and the missus a Merry Christmas. Have a blessed New Year, my friend.
Thank you.
But so last year, and you guys have seen me wear them, I got this what is it, the Jade Dragon
tea shop,
Jade Dragon tea shop, and then there's another Iroh themed t-shirt.
Possibly our favorite character.
It's like White Lotus Berry, delicious tea or deadly poison. I mean, it looks like a label you'd see on a tea box. Well, they got me a new Avatar shirt this year, which I can't have over here because so many new t-shirts, and I know you guys have been to t-shirt shops or you've ordered stuff and they smell like vinegar.
Yeah, which is great that they're setting dyes and things with vinegar instead of harsh chemicals. But I can smell everything, which is the worst superpower in the universe.
Yeah, so if I had this over here and was waving it around, she would have to flee the room.
You hear me because I would just be coughing nonstop.
Yeah, so I got a lovely new T-shirt. I'm not going to spoil it. It's an Avatar T-shirt, but you guys will see me wear it, and I'll wear it on the air, and you guys will see it. So, it's a lovely one.
We wanted to get it for him last year, but it was sold out, and I had saved it on the wish list, and it popped up like, click it now. Bye bye. So yeah.
Okay, Paint Minis Live, thank you so much for hanging out with us. Enjoy your pie. Enjoy your pie.
Oh, pie.
Peace to you.
He's
going to go bake a he's going to go bake a pie, and his name is William, which of course is Bill. Can you bake a cherry pie, Billy boy? But yeah, so that's an awesome thing. I am thinking it depends on the time. I'm probably not going to make cookies tonight. I don't think I'll do it tomorrow.
All right.
Or maybe I'll do them tonight. Maybe I'll make cookies tonight. I guess I'm making cookies tonight.
I'm just saying. I mean, every time we turn the oven on, I hack a lung up, and if I'm going to be sleeping anyway.
Yeah. But anyway, people are recommending Lotus War. A lot of folks have recommended Lotus War. I have not yet. It's just on my list of things to do. But I do know that Record of Lotus War actually came from the Artist Basic and Expert D&D game. They played Basic Expert in Japan, and they turned it into a D&D game. So that's awesome. But I will send one to. I will send you a Discord link, Lightmane. I will send you a Discord link. Sharing tea with a fascinating stranger, one of life's true delights. Absolutely, Instant Charlie.
Beautiful, love it.
2 internet points for Instant Charlie.
Nicely done.
I thought I had sent you that. I thought you were already on the Discord, Lightmane, but I'll send that to you. But anyway, another good fantasy themed anime. It's fairly tongue in cheek, and I've talked about this before. Is Wizardry. Wizardry is it is an exact copy of a playthrough of the Sir Tech video game of the same name that came out in the 1970s. But it is an anime, and it was released in Japan because Wizardry was huge in Japan. And in fact, there are like Famicom and PC 98 only released sequels to Wizardry in Japan. It spawned a manga. It was gigantic in Japan. And if you go on YouTube, you can actually watch the single. They called them OVAs, original video animations, of Wizardry, and there are so many like characters. Obviously, it's subtitled, but they yell out spell names that are in the Wizardry video game. So do check it out. Is my cheese pie recipe posted on disc? Is my cheesecake recipe? Well, I mean, dude, you really just have to make a basic cheesecake, and then you just throw stuff in it that you like the taste of it. But if you guys want a cheesecake recipe posted to the Discord, I will post it up there. Hey, this is awesome. 300 and Lightmane is now at 342. He started the evening at 332. There are 8 of you out there watching that have not subscribed to Lightmane's channel. It is up on the screen. Go subscribe to it, please. RPG Grandma, Wizardry, we'll try to remember. Woo! Vodka, face is numb.
Well, she forgets. We'll understand why.
Yeah, vodka noises. But anyway, but yeah, I will put the recipe up there for those who want to hear it. +2 channel of subscription. Jorge wants it. You know it, Jorge. It's coming to you. So yeah, I will absolutely share the cheesecake.
Cheesecakes because they're never dry. I can't stand a dry cheesecake. That's just sacrilege.
Yeah.
That's gross.
You get a New York style cherry cheesecake. And I'm like, this is cheesecake flavored paper smothered in cherry topping.
Yeah.
This is the Yeah, you know, I don't.
It's like, oh, bless your heart.
My cheesecakes, particularly like my eggnog cheesecake, is like almost like a custard pie. Think something a thicker custard pie, but with a cheesecake flavor. And I'm very, very proud of what I do with cheesecakes. My cheesecakes are freaking awesome.
Yeah, if anyone at the office I tend to come across the same people I've worked with off and on for several years. So if we mention there's a potluck coming up, if we mention bringing one, their eyes will light up. And if they like the other people that I'm talking to, they're like, oh, you got to try that. If they don't, they'll come to me and go, hey, sing me a piece, okay? I'm like, got it. It's really kind of funny. And then it depends on, so he'll ask me, he's like, am I making a cheesecake for your holiday party this year? And he'll know if I'm happy with my bosses or not, depending on my answer. So,
all right.
I do love it. He makes a really good pumpkin cheesecake.
I do a pumpkin pie cheesecake. Good. Yeah, it's a basic cheesecake, but with a can of pumpkin, some pumpkin pie spice, and heavy on the nutmeg.
Oh, so good.
So that is, that's it. Lightmane, I just shouted you out on Twitter, so let's see if we can get you a few more subs, because 342. I know that there's some of you out there that needs to subscribe. I just need to help the family. Raffle friends and family want me to feel no pain. Well, if you keep going down this route, RPG Grandma, you're not gonna.
Well, till tomorrow.
So how many years of Cheesecake Goodwill to get that big score? Store opened in 2015. 8. 8. Well, and so here, I don't want to get too super serious, because I mean, for goodness sake, it's Christmas night. I don't want to get too super serious, but one thing I have striven to never do, I am like consciously aware of this, is falling into the geek social fallacy, where you become that guy at your favorite geek hangout. That guy who thinks you're kidding when you say, I have to close, get out, or we're not officially open, get out. And you're like, right, sure, okay, yeah, and you have to actually be told. Yeah, the owner knows me. He's or that guy who will walk in and then open the back room and just walk straight in and chat up. So cringy. Or try and help customers, or step behind the counter. Don't be that guy. Try and be aware of yourself. And
it's called boundaries.
Particularly with Todd and Anna, I have tried. You're quite welcome, Lightmane. I have tried. Black Bottom cupcakes. RPG Grandma sent me that recipe. Sounds amazing. We're big cupcake fans around here.
Oh yes,
we do not miss a treat. But anyway, I try to never overstep my boundaries with Todd and Anna, and they have always been phenomenally nice to me. So I went in one day, and there was the mirror universe version of me at the counter chatting Todd up. And by mirror universe, I mean, he was not self-aware. He was being that guy, And the dude walks over to me as I'm talking to Todd and says something to the effect of, I hear you make a pretty awesome cheesecake. What's a guy got to do to get one of those? I don't know this dude from a section of asphalt. Okay? Really nothing. I don't know this guy. And that just kind of gets in my gears like sugar sand. And I know he wasn't like walking up and demand like, make me a cheesecake monkey boy or anything like that. I wasn't the way he was. I wasn't irritated that he had said that. I was irritated that he was self-unaware enough to broach the conversation that way. And so I looked at him and I said, well, what you need to do is, I need to have known you for 15 years, because I met Todd when
you killed something.
I karate chopped something. Oh, I know what it was. It was my headphones. It was my headphones. Oh, my headset. So I knew Todd when he worked at truly an FLGS, literally just up the street from me. And then when he opened his own shop with his beautiful wife, Anna, I always kept in touch with him. I was always on the sideline cheering, but always obeying those boundaries.
Yeah.
So I said to this guy, I said, well, get to know me over the course of about 20 years. Open up an award-winning comic shop and nerd bar. Know me for an additional 5 years. And after that time, I might start making you cheesecakes, you know? And he kind of laughs. All right, man, I get you. I'm like,
no. And honestly,
you know,
people like that, it's not so much that they're not self-aware. There's usually layers of communication and unspoken non-verbal communication going on.
And there was an even employee there once who, and this is not that long ago.
Well, that kind of stuff pisses me off.
No, I understand. There was
I'm so lucky I was not there.
There was an employee once there, and I was bringing the cheesecake by, and she'd asked me a question about, you know, is that gluten-free? And I wanted to, and she was very nice about it. And I think she was probably asking because, you know, maybe she was going to ask me like if I made them and sold them or something like that. And I just, no, it's not. But in my head, I'm like, it's not, and it doesn't matter anyway. I wasn't going to offer you a piece. This is for your employers. Thank you, RPG Grandma. I look forward to that. It's right down there on the crawl. bsylvia@gmail. If you want to send me the cupcake recipe, I look forward to that.
Yes, there's certain times where I think that because we kind of mesh like this, and there's certain times where you're a better person than me. Oh. So I probably would have looked at her and said, "Oh, honey, I have no idea," and just gone right on past her.
But you know, I will say this: if Todd and Anna said, "Hey, you know, we're doing like Christmas Eve when we close down, we're doing a thing. Could you make a cheesecake that we could share with everyone?" Unquestionably,
sure.
Unquestionably,
that's because it would be their request.
It's presumption that I don't like.
Oh yeah,
it's presumption. Don't
I have manners?
You know,
because my mother, who was taught manners by her English grandmother. Okay. Yeah. And my father's mother, who is very strict about manners in her working class Pittsburgh neighborhood, those are the manners that I was taught.
Yeah. Now, James Seymour points out he's never been that guy to the best of my knowledge, but I've never quite. James, there's no. Believe me, my brother. When I say don't be that guy, that is not aimed at anyone here because honestly, none of you guys overstep bounds. Nobody has ever shown up at my house. Nobody has ever email to me. You're my best friend in the world now because you talked to me once on a live stream. You guys are all pretty cool. So James, don't even worry that was directed at anyone.
Deal with me if that happens.
Yeah, Colleen is my people person insofar as anyone crosses boundaries.
I'm not a people person.
She's not a people person.
I have customer service background.
Yes,
so I know how to deal with them.
She will bless your heart until you leave. Miss Bella Games, let's go back to pleasant stuff. Miss Bella Games says,
I find it very entertaining.
This talk about cheesecake makes me want to see if I can find a citrusy cheesecake recipe. I've got you.
Key lime.
I've got you.
Yep.
Key lime pie cheesecake.
So
I do
good.
it. It is a refreshing summer treat. And here's what you do to stop being from over, because you think cheesecake, a big, thick, rich thing. You literally, all you have to do is cut it into 16ths. Just do 16ths instead of.
I just eat it.
Colleen doesn't need the math. Okay, so but key lime pie cheesecake, Miss Bella Games. Now I do. Bob Jester says I was in the kitchen warming up a bowl of pork stew. Are we going to Bill's house to meet him?
He's like, get the cavalcade.
Bob's user avatar is and it's very hard to see. I know if you guys are on mobile or something, but it is Brian Blessed, and I would be so disappointed if I met you and you didn't look, sound, and act like Brian Blessed.
Totally.
But anyway, so work on it is what I'm saying, Bob. Just get ready. I don't care. I don't care if you're like thin and muscular and you have a soft, unassuming voice. You pork up and deepen that voice, age it with some scotch and cigarettes. But key lime cheesecake, Miss Bella, is awesome. And it's a base cheesecake, except you want to add sour cream and a cup of fresh lime juice. Now, when I have made key lime pies for many people, I'll just go with a real lemon one. But when I make them at home, now this could get me in trouble, especially because I'm in Florida, but Spanish limes, which is the same thing. The limes that grew in that grow in the Keys came from Cuba and were brought there from Spain. so yeah.
If you're gonna buy them with the name Key on them, you're paying tourist prices.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
I think Valve missed a trick by not having Brian Blessed voice a character in the Half-Life games, because you play Gordon Freeman and they pull you up out of some disaster and he goes, "Gordon's alive." With high-pitched squeaky voice, but I'm working on 285. Yeah, no, I feel you, Bob. But anyway, yeah, key lime cheesecake is really phenomenally good. It's good and citrusy. Now, I have done
It's one of the ones my dad usually asks for.
Yes, I have done a white chocolate and sort of citrusy one. But it is less tangy. It is far less tangy. You get more of a mellow, it's almost like a dreamsicle kind of flavor to it. Yeah,
I've had one of those in forever.
Yeah. But yeah, the key lime is your best bet. You could just straight up do an orange juice flavored cheesecake. As I have said before, those of you who don't know, good Lord, we're 90 minutes into this stream.
Oh, I can't tell tacit of time. So.
But no, when you have the basic cheesecake down, 3 eggs, 3 bars of cream cheese, a cup of sugar, vanilla. Don't ask me how much vanilla, because the answer is yes.
He always makes me taste tested. So,
that's your mix. Graham cracker, a single packet of graham cracker crumbs crushed to powder. Mix in a melted half stick of butter. Throw in a couple of good palmfuls of sugar. Bake that at 350 for 10 minutes. Take it out. Dump your filling in. Goes back in the oven at 350 for 50 minutes. Once you can do that, and you don't end up with soup or a burned, a burned cinder. Once you can do that, you can put anything in your cheesecake you want. It's gonna taste good. You cannot F it up from that point. I promise you. Bob Jester, dive. now I'm just picturing Brian Blessed at home watching this stream, But yeah, no, once you do that, oh my gosh, RPG Grandma said I was in a Zoom meeting once and had to load my firearms because a freak was trying to break in once. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Yikes.
It's a high stress situation.
Yeah, it does. Does the sour cream help cut the acid? I don't know. I honestly don't know.
I think it's a case of there's not enough acid to really curdle anything.
Yeah, and the sugar really knocks out most of the acid. What about those no-bake cheesecakes? Are they ever any good? I mean, if you just want like a quick dessert, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Right. I mean, it's pretty much everything that it is a soft, spreadable cheesecake filling that's already prepared.
Yep.
So
you put it in your mouth and it tastes pretty okay.
It does.
Everything's subjective.
Wave of Mutilation says, can't mess it up from there. You underestimate me, good sir.
Yeah, I mean, if you do something right, you can set anything on fire. I mean, really.
Yeah. And that's something important. Michael Dale brings up a good point. Springform pan. Springform pans are your friend. You can start out with a pie pan, but I do recommend a springform pan. And this is not some funky, like, black magic meets technology. The Emperor keeps the STL secret for the Inquisition level of gear. It's $9 to $15.
They're not super expensive
in Walmart.
Don't put them in the dishwasher.
I had a 6-inch springform pan.
You still do. It just looks very different.
It's in the trash can outside. So yes, springform pans are
not dishwasher safe.
They're not dishwasher safe. I had an anodized aluminum 6-inch springform pan. I left it at Colleen's parents' house.
My mom texted me and I was like, "Oh, why?"
Yeah.
I washed the springform pan, and I'm like, "Okay, put it in the dishwasher." I said, I'm thinking to myself, "Why?" It just said something. I wish I had the phone. I could read it out just because it was short. And she said, "If it's ruined, I can buy him another one." I'm like, "What did you do?" So we saw them the other day for pre-Christmas, and it's just a 6-inch pan, and it looked like white marble.
Yeah,
I was like, "How did that happen?"
And she's like, "Well, it's not coming off. It'll be fine." And I'm just thinking to myself, I really can't feed guests anodized aluminum oxide.
And I was
so
just like,
fortunately, I happen to have a 6-inch springform pan. So I already have one. So that one will go to heaven now.
We're looking at it, and Bill and we just kind of looked at each other like,
yeah,
blink, like, and I said, "Wow, it's kind of pretty. We'll get you a new one." I can't stop laughing about that.
I know.
Just so ridiculous.
It wasn't a family heirloom or anything.
No,
so
don't put them in the dishwasher.
Don't put your springform pans in the dishwasher.
Any size of
they will rust, or if they are aluminum, they will oxidize, and you do not want either touching your cheesecake.
It was just this white sort of marbleized look. I don't.
It was aluminum oxide.
It was weird.
It was. So James Seymour asks, favorite addition to your cheesecake? Berries? We make ice cream on campus. My favorites are the 3-berry cheesecake ice cream. Okay, so speaking for myself, I mean, addition to, I guess, if you're talking about stuff that I put in it, that is a hard call. That is a very hard call, my friend. It's been way too long since I've made a key lime cheesecake. Those are good.
You do the white chocolate raspberry, which is very good, but boy, is it messy. He gets raspberries and he reduces them.
Yeah.
And the kitchen's a mess, but it tastes amazing.
Yeah, I do a raspberry. Yeah, I do a raspberry syrup, and I did one of those last night for my neighbors across the street.
It smelled so good.
Did not do the white chocolate mix. It was just a simple raspberry. But let's see.
Bailey's cheesecake is always good.
Yeah, Bailey's basically it's a basic cheesecake with a cup full of Bailey's in it.
Where though, because cheesecakes cook at a very low temperature, the alcohol will not cook off.
It will not cook off.
If you put in a lot of Bailey's, the first bite, your tongue will start to tingle and go numb. Just putting that out there.
So a cup of Bailey's is 8 ounces. If you cut it into 8 slices, that's an ounce of Bailey's with every piece of cheesecake you eat.
Yeah. Don't let the children taste it.
I will say the most expensive cheesecake I've ever made in terms of the things I bought was about $30. And I
the
Schaffenburger black bow tie cheesecake. Schaffenburger chocolate,
like a triple chocolate cheesecake. So
good. Chocolate wafer cookies, imported chocolate wafer cookies, very expensive.
Just use the chocolate crackers.
I'm not gonna. Yeah, this channel and the upcoming 3D printing channel are pretty much going to be it. I don't need to stretch myself that thin.
Cooking all that much.
Yeah.
It's just too niche.
Bob Jester says cherry NyQuil for me.
NyQuilata.
Yeah, NyQuilatas. Purple drank cheesecake.
Orange drank.
Purpa drank cheesecake. lean cheesecake.
Woof.
Not
quite pass.
Need to make a cheesecake with Kahlua and cream. Make it all that could be great. Don't do more than a cup, or you will end up with a soupy mess.
Yeah.
But yeah,
less is more on the alcohol in
Yeah.
the cheesecakes, because, like I said, it doesn't cook down, and it just kind of, you want it to taste like it,
Yep.
but if you want to get drunk, just drink it.
Yeah, we're not talking about like a half an hour of cooking with an open lid on a stove, so everything is boiling and simmering.
No,
It's going in, and all you are doing is bringing it to a temperature where proteins will bind. That's it. You are not cooking off a significant amount of alcohol. It will be in every single bite, and you absolutely will get a child inebriated.
You will get your low alcohol tolerance. So your tongue will immediately start to go numb. The first one you made was for my birthday, and I was like, oh, I'm not gonna be able to finish this piece because, like, oh, it tastes good. Then, oh, that was really funny.
Praxis says, "Is there a maple bacon cheesecake anybody knows about?" It's certainly doable. I don't see why you couldn't do that. That wouldn't be my cup of tea.
I'm not sure why anyone would, but I hear that that's like popular with a lot of people.
Yep.
Enjoy.
Now one thing you can do, and we've talked about this before, are savory cheesecakes, which is you don't use sugar, you don't use graham cracker crust, you use rye crisp.
That just sounds sad.
It's still eggs and cream cheese, but like a rye crisp, and then you can top it with nuts. You use it as a dip, like a dip for rye crisp crackers. It's not a cheesecake to get slices of and eat. You do like a 6-inch, and then you dip.
Sad to me.
I know.
Just very sad.
How very, very sad.
Very, very sad. Very sad. Makes me very sad.
But that I would put bacon in something like that.
Cheesecake is like a mouthful of joy.
I know. Yeah. The Alex Jones Cookie Show. I tried to warn you, people. I tried to tell you they would put preservatives in there, people. I tried to warn you, but you wouldn't listen to me. Now I'm trying to save you, and they're going to silence me. I'm going to warn you. They're going to silence me. They're going to come for me, folks. And if they're going to come for me, I am all that stands between you and them, the New World Order. They will not silence me, folks. I'm trying to warn you.
Cheesecake in your mouth.
Would you? You guys just see this blat just in the face from the kitchen. I'm just waiting for you to kind of wind down. I'm just sitting here and glance over at my YouTube channel. So this stream has been disconnected. They silenced me. Colloidal silver. Oh, it'll keep the 5G NWO nanotechnology out of your system. Colloidal silver. You buy here on my website.
Headache.
Hey, the fans fell in love with the Alex Jones impression this year, so I got to bring it to them.
I live with
this. Just one of these days, I just sort of like come in and just doing that weird ass gut thrust out, swinging fist walk that he does, just walking up to your security guard.
No, you really should not.
Colleen Sylvie, you need to bring her to me. I know this is a government building. You got to let me speak to her. I have First Amendment rights.
Stop. Now.
I wouldn't do that.
Literally living nightmare right now.
I would not do that.
Okay.
The Christopher Walken cooking show. Put your chicken in the oven and cook it till it's done. It's delicious.
I prefer the Connery.
I tell you. No, Christopher Walken actually did like a cooking YouTube channel. I will find. By the way, Lightman's up to 343 subs. There are 7 of you out there. Of the 28 people that are on there, are 25% of you who are not subscribed to his channel yet. I know that for a fact. So let's see that. Let's see him get up to 350. I will not stop until that happens, and Colleen is not allowed to leave until he gets to 350. Colleen's like, wait, I didn't sign up for this. Let me see.
Like big pardon?
All right.
That's not in the fine print.
My keyboard was all in caps lock. Even it wanted to go full Alex Jones there for a second. No. Let me see. Gotta find. Christopher Walken cooking chicken with pears is what you want to look on YouTube.
Oh, we haven't watched that video in a while. That's kind of Christmassy.
I'm sorry, we haven't watched it. What?
The music video.
Oh yeah. The weapon of choice.
I love it.
The weapon of choice video, which features Christopher Walken dancing to Fat Boy Slim's song. It is very Christmassy because if you look in the background of the hotel, it's all decorated with Christian.
And it is him dancing,
Christmas.
which I think is awesome. Years of dance classes.
Miss Bella Games. My goal is getting to 500, even if it takes me. Well, let's take a look at Miss Bella Games. Let's throw some Delver effect to Miss Bella Games.
Need more women in gaming. I'm just saying.
Miss Bella Games. She's at 467. Now, I'm not saying that that all 24 of you guys can do a let's see. I'm not saying that all of you guys can do a 33 person get, but please, if you haven't subscribed to Miss Bella Games channel, do that. Yep.
Not like a challenge or anything.
She can't leave till he hits the subs. How many people just unsubbed?
Rude. I do what I want.
Lightmane, thank you, Lightmane. No, you know what time it is, brother. You know what time it is. Lightmane just subbed to Miss Bella Games. We like seeing that. See, awesome. That's how that works. That's how we're gonna do. That's how we're gonna take the beast of YouTube Google down. 471. How about that? How do you like that, Miss Bella Games? Just like that. 471. But I do wonder if they didn't hire Christopher Walken to be the Emperor in the second half of Dune because he was in the Weapon of Choice video. Because there's the line: "If you walk without rhythm, you won't attract the worm."
I love finding patterns like that.
Yes. So please, guys, we got Lightmane, we got Miss Bella Games. Let's get them up. Let's lift them up. Let's race them. Let's race him. Lightmane is slightly behind at 343. Now he's 344. Miss Bella Games. Miss Bella Games is still leading by a full car length at 475. Dance for my amusement, monkeys.
Dance, monkey. That's a good Kermit song. So another Christmas thing. The latest What If episode. If any of you watch, Marvel shows on Disney Plus.
Yeah, now this is something that you're a lot more in touch with than I am these days. I mean,
so
tell our audience
some of the
spoiler alerts here, guys. Spoiler alerts.
No, I won't go into the actual the happenings in the show because spoiler alerts are evil, and I won't do it.
Okay, well, spoilers.
My parents had was the
Empire Strikes Back
spoiled for them in the 70s, for God's sake. So no, I'm not doing that. But if you liked the first season of What If on Disney Plus, the second season is coming out now, and it's fantastic. Love it a lot. The first episode is about it features, and here I go with names again. But I love her character. I can see her in my head. But each episode seems to be sort of like an homage to a really good 80s film, which is really cool. So the first episode, Gamora's sister,
Nebula.
Thank you.
Sorry,
I wanted you to give me the name. So it focuses on Nebula as the main character, and it being what if something different happens. She's the main character, and the episode is an homage to Blade Runner, and it's so cool. So that was neat. The second episode features a young Peter Quill. It's on Earth. Right now I'm blanking on the homage to, but I was so excited by the third episode, which features Happy Hogan, who I love. but the episode is an homage to Die Hard, which made me super happy because, you know, one of my favorite Christmas movies. Anyone tells me it's not a Christmas movie, you're no longer my friend, or we cannot speak. So, because it is, you know, fight me. You know, it's a lot of fun, a lot of comedy. It's terrific. After, you know, our older daughter and I love watching these things, and then afterwards we'll go to a particular YouTube channel that we really love a lot to see breakdowns and Easter eggs, because we'll like to see what we found and see if we've caught the same kind of stuff. And we just loved watching it because I'm like, I knew I caught this and I caught this. But Blade Runner is one of our family favorites. So it was awesome. I was like, oh, this is so much like, no, it's like, oh, I was right. And then with this third episode being very much a Die Hard homage, it was like, yes. Oh, it's just, so if you want to see, if you have Disney Plus, I think actually they're running on Hulu as well, if you have Hulu. But totally worth it. The animation is absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, it's a cell shaded style of animation, and I actually I dig it.
It's so beautiful. And they actually have some of the original voice actors coming back. Some of the actors doing the voices.
Yes.
Which is the actor who played Hammer in the Iron Man movies comes and does a voice in the Happy Hogan episode.
Yes.
So no spoilers, but he is in that. So,
yes. And that
we were watching it like 3 a.m. last night, crying, laughing. It was so good. So that put a huge smile on my face, as you could tell. So I highly recommend it.
Okay, so very cool, but this is something that I realized everybody like browbeats me, and I'm gonna put this up on the channel. Every year I get the Die Hard is a Christmas movie. Die Hard is and then now people are like, well, this movie's a Christmas movie too. You know, if Die Hard's a Christmas movie, well, if that, you know, I'm just done. I'm just
that as a marker. Right?
Every movie is a Christmas movie. Every movie is a Christmas movie. It's 2024. Nothing means anything. Every movie is a Christmas movie. And Jorge has said Das Boot. Okay, Das Boot is a Christmas movie because Das Boot shows the submarine having to go underwater. It is like when Jesus descended into the underworld and was tempted by Lucifer. There is your Christian allegory. There's a tie-in, and they do show Christmas celebrations in Das Boot when they're back in port. So would anyone else like to try? So Red is a Christmas movie, and basically if your movie has snow in it, it's a Christmas movie.
Oh, come on.
That's just Alien a Christmas movie? Absolutely. A surprise no one expect opens up.
Oh, please.
There you go. Die Hard is a sandwich. Hot Dogs is a Christmas movie. Nothing means anything anymore. Thank you, Instant Charlie.
A sandwich. I love it.
Thank you.
No, wait, it's not Christmas until
Is Christine a Christmas movie because there's a single? Oh, good Lord, yes, Christine is a Christmas movie because there's a Christmas tree in it. That's the only qualifier you need. I mean, that is ironclad. I don't even have to stretch for that. It is a Christmas movie. Absolutely. Look, I am absolutely willing to accept that Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
Yes,
of course it is. Even beyond that, when I heard the theory, I think it is. So
I wrote a paper on Die Hard, and I was very proud that they actually let me write a paper on Die Hard for on terrorism, a particular type of terrorism.
Mm-hmm.
Because we had to tell them, because when you it was part of my master's, you had to tell them what you wanted to. It had to be like a book or a movie or something, and you had to pitch what it was going to be on. And they were like, "Okay, tell us, because we really want to see if you can do this, because we really were wondering if anyone's ever going to try this." So I had to tell them why. They're like, "Okay, do it. We really want to see if you can do it." I got an A on that paper. It was pretty.
She did it. It was awesome.
Yeah, it was like commercial terrorism.
It was awesome. It was
great.
So.
That's one of my favorite movies.
So
I haven't watched it yet. I guess it's not really Christmas. Crap.
Revenge of the Nerds is Revenge of the Nerds a Christmas? It's absolutely a Christmas movie. Revenge of the Nerds. I mean,
Sweetie.
There's no room for them to stay. They have to search around to find a place to stay. Hello, do I need to draw you a picture? Of course, Revenge of the Nerds is a Christmas movie.
You're just doing the devil's advocate thing. I mean, I can do the same thing. I just don't. It's just not. Yeah.
Star Wars is a Christmas movie. Tora is a Christmas movie.
Star Wars has a Christmas special. I mean, hello, Zeus.
RPG Grandma pointing out Masters. Zeus is out here to say, me getting my medicine inside a treat is a Christmas movie, and I want that to happen now.
I see you. Stop.
Rocky 4 is a Christmas movie. You know it. You guys have got it. You guys have got it. Well, I think we've kind of reached the silly, punchy portion of the...
He came, he left his stinking retreated.
The Thing is a Christmas movie because it's a vast snowscape. People get constant surprises, and your uncle is drunk and waiting to set stuff on fire.
Cleansing fire.
Anyway, all right, guys. I think we're just about ready to wrap up here.
My voice.
And Mrs. the Dungeon Delver is losing her voice. And if you guys think I'm going to sit here and try and carry this on for another 2 hours by myself, because we've done 2 hours, well, you're wrong. Guys, I hope you all had an absolutely fantastic Christmas. It was an awesome year. I may throw a live stream painting up the mini some more. Set the cruise control to 35. You know it. But anyway, thank you, everybody. Thank you for throwing some subs to Lightmane and to Miss Bella Games and to anyone else that you subscribe to. Miss Bella, we got you up to 477. Lightmane, we got you to... you're not going to be stuck at 344, are you? Okay, so 340. I got you guys close. I got you within striking distance of where I wanted you to be. So... thank you all, everybody. I'll at least do one more impromptu live stream before the New Year's. Thank you to Elvin Maiden for the $5 tip. I really appreciate it. Volcano God for the 20. I'm just going to call it 19.99. It just doesn't roll off the tongue. Thank you for being members for 4 months to both Bob Gesture and Wave of Mutilation. I greatly appreciate that. And I'm just going to go ahead and turn off the banners, turn off that. I really hope there's a button I can program that'll just do that. Give me something to avoid. Google Tristan Meineke. He was your dad. You think everyone will enjoy his art? I will check that out, Lightmane. So everybody check out Tristan Meineke. So until then, everybody, it's the holidays. So
tomorrow's a full moon. So
tomorrow is a full moon. So leave out some seed and soot for wild birds, particularly the friendly Florida owl bear. Peace. I love you all. Colleen, anything else you'd like to say?
No, happy holidays, happy Hanukkah that's been through. All of our friends and families out there, stay safe.
Absolutely. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Have you seen my owl bear? Here's to all the weirdos everywhere in the woods and in the air. Have you seen my owl bear? Should I shave off all my hair? Bobs are all around. Some live in tunnels underground. Some are fat, some are rich, some are sleeping in a ditch. Can you ride a crooked horse without a saddle way off course? Naked as a toad, all the way to Smoky Joe's. Have you seen the little creep driving fast in his little green Jeep? He smells like fish and brandy, but his rotten teeth look dandy. Take me to the show, I don't care if fast or slow. From action flicks to dancing dicks, just take me to the show.